I met Blast in late 2017, beginning of 2018. Really just a product of us working at the production studio. Right before he released his first solo song, it's a song called Headshots. And he played the song for me and showed me the video. And that's when I went down the rabbit hole of who shot it, who edited it, and everything. The answer was me. So I'm like, you're a very interesting person. I need to be in your circumference. What's up? My name is Vic, and this is how I became a serial entrepreneur in the music industry. I was working at Fox at first. I started off as an intern at 21st Century Fox, and I ended up not picking up my option for employment and choosing to work for free for Benny Boom's production company. So I think that was the biggest game changer. I walked away from a salary of $60,000 back in 2017 when I was a lot of money to me at the time. And I really went to go work for free and work at Bristol Farms, which is a grocery store. So working for Benny Boom allowed me the opportunity to design all the merchandise for the Tupac movie. When Dame Dash was releasing his wine and whiskey, Desco Poppin' Tan, and the CEO brand, I ran point on a lot of the merchandise and a lot of the clothing for that. And so Dame Dash was pretty much one of our accounts at the production studio, in which I inherited being an employee there. So I got to work on everything from movies, commercials, music videos, being able to provide network experience, and then even jump in my own field of media distribution. I met Blast in late 2017, beginning of 2018. Blast was just one of the first people that was really renting the studio, and he was a consistent renter of the studio, but I could never figure out what he was actually doing because he would come by himself. Right before he released his first solo song called Headshots, and he played the song for me and showed me the video, and that's when I went down the rabbit hole of who shot it, who edited it, everything. The answer was me. So I was like, wow, you just did everything 100% top to bottom. So I'm like, you're a very interesting person. I need to be in your circumference. A step backwards from that, I started off everything with my brand Act Right, throwing parties. It was really started off as an entertainment company. And then I transitioned into making the merchandise and just having a physical product. And that was all in Illinois. So when I moved back to California, I still understood that I needed to build a sense of community amongst my brand. Well, in college, I was teaching media distribution and teaching people how to monetize content properly. So that was one of the first things I saw Blast wasn't doing, was just not monetizing properly. I just got to the point to where it was I charge people for this. This is a service I charge and provide, but I'm willing to do this for free just to see how it works, because I believe you have the work ethic and the talent. The management part didn't really come to very beginning of 2019. Up until that point, I was doing all the Blast merchandise, doing his content rollouts, his marketing plans, and running his social media. So I was just being a consistent figure in the playground and just adding to wherever need be. And I never really pressed the issue on being oh, hey, I think I should be your manager. I was kind of really just showing value early on. A lot of the times, a relationship is worth much more than currency. And one day we went to the studio, the same one where I met him at, and he just popped up the random question I think you should be my manager. Shout out to Bino Rideau. He gave us probably one of the biggest looks / vibes in the world. From that 6-tape, Bino was going on tour already, because he was already who he was before Blast even started to get established. And him and his manager, Shep, they allowed us opportunity to come pop out to all the local tour dates. So Oakland, LA, Anaheim, everywhere he did a show, he let Blast have an opening set, and he brought him out for the 6-tape segment. So, with Nip passing away and Bino being that close person to Nip in the music spectrum, a lot of people were looking towards Bino to be okay, what you got for us? Because you the next person to hold that crown. And I feel it's not often that an artist champions another artist in that moment for themselves. So I would say that it just gave Blast a better business opportunity, because more people opened up to understanding that Blast had produced that whole 6-tape. So now in a producing world, that gave Blast more avenues to be able to create revenue. And then also Blast solo career starts. And then that also gave us the leverage to go into these rooms and negotiate the deal that we ended up procuring down the line. Our whole model is vertical integration and ownership. So we own everything from our masters to our publishing to our touring to our merch. And that has a heavy weight on us establishing EVGLE early on and setting those precedents when we went into the negotiation room. So by the time we got to Red Bull Records, Blast was already signed on paper to EVGLE Records. And then we were able to move forward from there. So Blast hasn't released the album yet. I mean, obviously Blast was coming out swinging in Los Angeles, but it's so much more of the earth to cover when it comes to fans and just landscape. So, you know, we wanted to build up each part of the company and take those steps to where we could learn. I mean, also we're with an independent brand, an independent label, so there are certain things that we don't have access to, but it allows us to like take the stairs and you get to examine every floor that you go on rather than taking an elevator. You kind of just fly by them and see the numbers as you go. In 2023, what's next for us is that we just launched EVGLE Ventures. So we just invested into this company called Chubby Snacks, which is a peanut butter and jelly company, did multi-million dollars of sales last year in their first year in Whole Foods. We also just bought equity into a cafe called Cafe Erzuli in Brooklyn, 2 different spaces, a performance space and a cafe. And we are currently investing into a 3rd one right now that will probably be out by the time this airs. But EVGLE Ventures, we have EVGLE Publishing, and also really just getting more into real estate, buying some commercial property this year. So really just trying to expand what the natural rapper's vision of being a businessman is in these stages. This is really our mission to be working towards, you know, Blast's debut project. I mean, I'm pretty sure there'll be some music coming before that, just because we want to keep everybody happy and not just go ghost and fall off. But that'll really be like the next major body of work I'm sure he'll be putting out. If I can give my younger self a piece of advice, I would say keep the blinders on. Oftentimes, you know, we play our own lane, and then especially when you're confident in your own lane, you have no problem with doing that, but you know, you don't get the reactions you want to sometimes from the content or the merchandise or whatever it is you may put out, and you get to looking around and seeing other people's opinions, when in reality, it's like, you know, you keep the blinders on and keep going ahead, you'll definitely bump your head on the pot of gold.